name is Don McGuire. This is my resurrection story. Well, I was born south of Chattanooga. We lived in Fort Oglethorpe, or near Fort Oglethorpe. My parents are Bob and Joanne. I've got an older brother, Mike. He passed away a couple of years ago. Sister Joy, so that was our family. My dad had come from an unsaved family. They were atheists. Well, it didn't matter where they're from, but he's one of those people. He was about 30, and he got saved, and he went hard for Jesus. And we see people do that. They'll be saved and they'll be on fire, and usually it lasts for some period of time, but it lasted him his whole life. So that was what got us to church. And so we were in church Sunday morning, Sunday evening, whenever the church was open, we were there. I was saved at 8. It was a long time ago, I suppose, but I still remember sitting in my pew and listening to the preacher talk, and he was talking about those that were lost, and I remember just thinking, what does that mean? People who are lost, and it was the ones who didn't know Jesus, and I realized that meant me too, and I didn't like that one bit, and so went down front, we prayed, baptized. Again, I was 8, and it's not like there was a giant turnaround in my life at 8, and through grammar school and high school. Had tremendous. We had friends, relationships. Other than school, church was where our life revolved. And then I did something stupid. I went to college, and I didn't take church with me. And, college was difficult, and I was just too busy. And hey, I was saved. That was good enough. That's what we had been taught, and so church didn't go with me. My first assignment out of college, same thing. Never went to church. Transferred down here to Humphreys County, and started going to church. By then, I was married. I had a couple of kids, and we were in church, but a little passive until. My first wife decided she didn't want to be married anymore, and life turned upside down. So I'm rattling around in the house by myself. I could be a father 2 days out of every couple of weeks, and two weeks during the summer, and so that was really tough financially. It was tough emotionally, and it's what got me back into church, and serious about church this time. I went to Dixon. Joy was in fact the director of the singles ministry for a while. I was on the church board for a time. I taught Sunday school there, and life was good. And that's where I met Catherine, and life got even better. Catherine and I were going to the Dixon First Baptist. That's where we had been for some time, and it's a little far. I mean, it was 30 minutes each way. We had Nicholas and Mindy, and they were in grade school, high school at the time, and they weren't nearly as interested in the church as we were. They didn't have friends there. They go to school here. They really didn't know the kids, and so that was an issue. And Nicholas had some friends that were going to here to WCN. And he wanted to know, could he go to church with his friends? And we thought that was fun. We knew his friends; they were great kids. They're still great kids. And he started going here to the Waverly Church of the Nazarene, and that was perfectly fine. And things went along swimmingly there until he announced he wanted to go to college to learn to be a pastor in the Church of the Nazarene. So we thought we probably ought to come and see what this was all about. So we came one Sunday, It was great. People were friendly. The preaching was great. The relationships were great. I knew more people here than I did at the Dixon First Baptist, and we were hooked. My biggest regret is the time I was not churched and all the blessings I missed. And all the blessing that I could have been to other people that I wasn't. One of the things we got to do here, I think it was 2012, when we had that first big mission trip overseas to Panama. And we not only got, Catherine and I went, but we took Mindy with us. And just a tremendous thing. It's not that the conditions were any good because they were lousy. It was hot, it was humid. Some of the work was really difficult. No mattresses, it was just lousy. And it was the best time you ever had. Really got to know the people, the local culture. They have goals just like us. They have jobs and they have kids, and they're just trying to get by and live their lives the best they can. And then our team was just trying to love them and do as much for them and get as much work done as we could. And it was hard and it was difficult and it was the best time you ever had. I'm gone. I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me.